All right, what is the largest market for financial transactions in the world right now and currently operating? Well, it's going to be under the CFTC. It's called the Commodities Futures Exchange. Now, in this video, I'm going to share a personal interview that I did kind of off the record, where it's just the sound only from the lead project manager on top of the entire project. Technologically, he's the chief technical officer. I mean, I don't know if that's his role, but he's the head developer over the project called Tokenovate. What they're doing is they're putting the Commodities Futures Trading Organization, CFTO, the industry that is the largest trading right now. It's basically the banks where they do their bets on futures and options. Okay, it's a massive market. I don't even know what the dollar amount is, but it's bigger than anything. There's no question about it. And these guys are putting all of that onto the blockchain, among other securities transactions like insurance and massive development. So he shared some of the insight with what was going on with the project right now off the record with me, which I couldn't share. Some of the exciting things that you could expect, but I did share. Get an interview with him, and I'm going to share it right now in this video, so stay tuned to the end. You can kind of tune in and learn a little bit more about it. But his name is Craig Porter, and he's actually a guy from Scotland, so you're gonna have to bear with the accent on it. And he talks a little bit, Scottish with a little bit of an accent, but it's pretty clear. Tune in; it's going to be very interesting. I don't think he's ever been out like this before, so check it out. Talking about like what really inspires you. Well, give your name again. Do you mind? Can you give your name or no?
Yeah, no worries. It's Craig Porter.
Okay, Craig Porter. Craig Porter from Scotland.
Yeah.
And you're working on the Tokenization project.
Tokenovate.
Not Tokenize. That's James Belding, but the Tokenovate.
Yeah.
The big lofty project.
The Cambridge-based boys.
Yeah, the Cambridge boys with the guy who was the CEO of Enchain. Former CEO.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Richard.
Yep. He's a real stellar guy, man.
He was Tau CEO.
Tau CEO. Sorry, Tau, not Enchain. That's right. And so, but yeah, well, I was asking you, like, what is it that really? You told me that you will not let Bitcoin fail.
Yeah. No, well, at least. I mean, it's not up to me,
well,
is it?
It's not. But as a big developer, you have a lot of say, because you have your actually hands on the code. So
yeah.
What's driving you?
For me, it is Bitcoin can do everything that has been advertised over the years that we've never seen. We should have shops accepting, if not Bitcoin, then something that runs on top of Bitcoin. If that's going to be a CBDC, then so be it. But for me, it's about the unmet potential that Bitcoin's got. And I see every way that Bitcoin can help improve this world. It's an anti-corruption technology, essentially, and the world is corrupt, and we need to fix it. And the only way to fix it, in my eyes, is by bringing a ledger technology to market that is capable of scaling to billions of people, and holding records so we can hold people in power accountable. And that is why I Bitcoin. And that's why I won't let it die, because I don't want to live in a corrupt world.
So have you sounds like you've suffered from, or you've been a victim of corruption, or you know about corruption? Is that why?
Corruption. Or I know about...
were you a victim of it, or were you...
No, I've seen it. I've seen projects fail, and it's not necessarily through corruption, but through incompetence, but then became corruption because people tried to cover up everything that went on. So there was a project that failed in Scotland. It was to do with ferries, the Scottish Government project. I was involved in it as a consultant, so I watched it from the sidelines essentially, and I could see the failings happening in front of me. And it's only with retrospect, this was well before Bitcoin, it was retrospect that I realised that Bitcoin would be the perfect technology that would have ironed out all of those issues. People would have had a single story with which to present, because you've got a ledger of truth there. All records have been written, the project records, everything that possibly had went on, all the sign-offs would have been done on chain, to have a record of who signed off where and why. But none of that had happened in that project, and the accountability was zero, and that just caused, years and years and years of infighting in the Scottish Government and between the Scottish Government and the shipbuilders. The shipbuilders in this company called Mehl is a quasi company, it's like a government backed company. And so you can see, I can see all the problems and I can see the solution as well in retrospect. And that must be happening everywhere. In fact, I know it's happening everywhere. There's projects all over the place that are always a shambles, and people are going, well, it's his fault. No, it's his fault. No, it's his. And then that costs a shit ton of money to resolve through the courts. And who pays for that? Taxpayers again, us. And so there's ways and means to solve all this, and it's Bitcoin, and it's ledger technology, and it's writing all of these project sign-offs to chain, ensuring everybody's held accountable. Yeah, and that is one of the reasons, that's one example of where Bitcoin can be applied to improve this world. And there's so many.
There's so many. I mean, so do you think, is Tokenovate going to have a hand in that?
Oh, I think Tokenovate they're a different kettle of fish. They're really looking to kind of get into the tokenization market. So the first thing they're looking at is VCCs, which are virtual carbon credits.
Well, they want to tokenize the futures and commodities
They're also
exchange.
doing that as well, yeah. So
And-
they're doing
and more, right? What else?
they're
All
doing,
sorts
they're
of.
doing bonds and pension
wow.
pension funds and things.
Well, that we need transparency in too,
Well, exactly. So
because we have a lot of money. People have money invested in that. Is it actually?
well, they're running it according to the ISDA framework, so that's the International Standards for Derivatives and something else, or maybe
Yeah.
International Standard Derivative Association.
Very,
or something.
very not very much regulation in that market. To be honest, they're very. It's a very open.
So one of the things
Very
that
Wild
ISDA are
West.
trying to do is trying to standardise a lot of that. So what they've got is a big framework of all of the reporting that should be done across the piece of a trade. And so what Tokenovate are doing is they are tailoring their offering to match the ISDA guidelines such that, you know, the Tokenovate platform will be in line with all the ISDA regulations and guidelines, and all the reporting will be done automatically on the blockchain when the trade is settled, or so it's all.
So are you the guy that pretty much has all the hands on, like actually inside the Tokenovate project, like that you're the guy on the ground, like inside the code, right?
Yeah,
That's you?
That's me.
Yeah,
Every day.
that's you. So, and then the business guys like Richard and the others are behind it, right?
They're
the business
they're out
guys.
trying to sell it and getting customers, and I'm pretty sure they've had a lot of meaningful conversations that we'll find out about soon. I've actually not spoken to Richard in a few months, so it'll be interesting to catch up with him. But I've been hearing good things. They've done a lot of demos recently. All the demos have been going swimmingly, so fingers crossed that there's some good news coming out of Tokenovate. But
So what inspired you to come out here to London Blockchain?
I've been here every year.
You just can't let Bitcoin fail.
I can't let Bitcoin fail. That's it. But
I feel the same way, man.
I'm here because, one, I've been in the scene for quite a while. It's good
Since
to
when?
catch up. Well, I did the Cambrian SV, the first one.
It sounds like you're inspired to be, because you want Bitcoin. You're not gonna let Bitcoin fail. You got your hands on this project, especially Tokenovate. That's your.
Well, I want to give everything I've got to ensure that Bitcoin won't fail. You know, it's not up to me. I can only do my part, but I'm hoping other people have the same convictions as me.
Right. I'm really glad that you said that, because that's like a very important mantra. Like this is, and what's happening right now is we're about to face the blood in the streets moment. You know, and as soon as the ruling comes out, like blood will fall. You know, and it's literally it's already kind of happened, right? Like, but then it will really fall, right? And so it's going to be like everybody will jump and go, and then they're gonna. I just see. We're coming to that moment.
Yeah.
So it's really going to be only the true people that actually see the vision and
Yeah, exactly.
want it to succeed are going to stay.
That's it. And I think that, I mean, I don't want to say it's to plan, but I think there's some element of that. I get these. There's
Element of
something
what?
about, well, I don't know. I think there's an element of wanting to drive out the people that weren't here for the right reasons.
There could be some ulterior motive behind this whole thing.
Yeah.
But
I still think-
engineered by who?
Well, the mastermind Craig.
The mastermind himself. Yeah. How well do you know him?
Not well at all. I have met Craig. Very briefly.
Does he make mistakes?
Well, I don't know him that well. I don't know him well enough to know he makes mistakes. What I do know is he's got a rash temper.
Temper, yes, but in his calculations and his planning, I wonder if he actually is the one that makes a lot of mistakes. And I don't know.
I mean, when you look at the Bitcoin protocol and you understand how well it's been designed and how almost every facet of it has been thought about, then you start to realize that Craig plans a lot of shit, and he must do, right, for Bitcoin to become what it is. Because the original protocol that BSV still holds to can do absolutely everything. BTC's, I'm going to swear, they fucked the protocol. They've absolutely bastardized it. It's shagged. It's done. There's no use for it. Apart from money go up technology, which is quite useful.
It sure is for now. Yeah. It's been nice for the people who have been involved in that. Yeah, absolutely.
But in terms of actual underlying technology, it's garbage.
Utility doesn't have it.
It's absolute garbage, and anybody that tells you it's the next big thing, they're talking absolute shit.
They just aren't. It sounds like they just don't know what they're talking about.
No, they don't get it.
They're not inside the code.
How can something that's capped at 7 transactions a second and that's been,
7.
Yeah, I mean that's been kind to it. That's been kind. How's something that's capped at that? How's that ever going to scale to meet global demand? It's not. And no amount of side chains or layers on top or different things are going to change the underlying transaction per second, which is going to hold up everything else. So
what is it? Well, yeah, I'm trying. What is it that brings adoption? Like, what is it that have you thought about any ideas? Like, what is it that people really want?
I think it's governments that bring adoption. I really think a government needs to step in and realise the technology that's here and the benefit they can bring society. Because at the end of the day, we vote the governments in to do what's best for us, the people, and not what's best for them. But it doesn't seem to be that way most of the time, unfortunately. And like, getting a government to back blockchain is like getting the roosters to, vote for Christmas. It's counterintuitive because it stops the corruption that they are benefiting from.
They really have to be they have to be an honest government. They really have to be an honest government.
They have to be an honest government. They have to understand the benefits that it's really going to bring society as a whole, and perhaps they have to look beyond their own misgivings and just do it, because it's a thing that needs to be done. You look around the world, and all I see everywhere I look is corruption. The whole place is absolutely riddled, and the only technology that's got any chance in the hell of doing anything about it is BSV.
That's a good place to end right there, at least on the video feed, man. Sound good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. All right. So Craig Porter.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Tokenovate, and we're gonna spend more time together this week, but I'm gonna end the feed right there. All right.
Cool.
See you at the top.